Show me your ugly wife that matches you. A beautiful classmate from high school used to call me a nerd and harassed me. She still messes with me, calling me ugly. I was honestly irritated because she insulted my precious girlfriend. Maybe it's time I made her understood. While I was thinking this, someone tapped my shoulder. Sorry, kept you waiting. I turned around to see my beloved wife. Seeing her, the classmate's face changed color. It was the moment that downfall which she had only herself to blame began. My name is Michael Johnson. I own a restaurant and a cafe. This cafe has been my dream since way back. It's small, but I'm meticulous about every single ingredient in our dishes. That's our selling point, and now we're so popular we're featured in magazines. I'm especially particular about the coffee beans. I'm so particular about it that I personally source the beans from their origin, which amazes my acquaintances but earns respect from fellow professionals. I've also learned latte art, and having recently won a competition, I think I'm quite skilled. Michael, how's the cafe going? Smoothly. How about you? I'm doing well too. Can I visit your place sometime? Of course. I'm truly looking forward to your visit. Thank you. The reason I can run this shop is because of the support of my wife, Emily. Despite her busy job, Emily takes care of the household. Oh, that's a beautiful flower. Yes. Plants soothe feelings, and this one fits the ambience of our home, so I couldn't resist buying it. But it's nice, right? Yeah, I think it's really great. Our home is well maintained thanks to her. Emily's taste is exceptional, and if she posts on social media, it immediately goes viral. Not just our home, but I also entrusted her with the interior and exterior design of my cafe. Thanks to Emily's sense, everything has become refined. I lack aesthetic sense, so her advice was invaluable. You really has great taste. Thank you. Well, it comes with the job. I can never thank you enough. I feel the same way. However, Emily, who seems perfect, has one fatal weakness. It's cooking. Michael, the toast is ready. Ah, thanks. Let's add some avocado. And there's homemade consommé soup too. Wow, amazing. I could never do that. I'd end up with bad-shaped avocados and terrible soup. Emily lacks any talent for cooking. She still can only make toast and a cheese and cracker plate. She used to try for my sake in the past. Whoa, there's a lot of smoke. I thought fried eggs would be easy. Fried eggs, honey. You don't cut them whole, and judging by the smoke, you didn't use oil, did you? Trying to make fried eggs, she put them in a pan without cracking and nearly caused a fire with the intense heat. What was that loud noise? Sorry, I was trying to make boiled eggs. Did you put them in the microwave as is? Yeah. Indeed, you can make boiled eggs in a microwave, but they explode if you put them in whole. In the time she exploded eggs trying to boil them by microwave. Darling, what happened this time? This. Sorry. What is this black liquid? It was supposed to be chicken noodle soup. When she tried to make chicken noodle soup, it turned into a black liquid. I did what I could to fix things, but most were beyond saving. I really am terrible at cooking. She had given up on her culinary talents. Darling, you're amazing. You can make such stylish and healthy dishes. Thanks. But honey, you're the amazing one. Even if you can cook, everything else you do is perfect. Our home is beautiful because of you. I don't have the aesthetic sense to create such a wonderful interior like this. Even if she can cook, I can make delicious and healthy meals. Even if I lack sense, Emily beautifies our home. In this way, we support each other and spend peaceful days together. Darling, there was a letter for you. Oh, really? Thanks. One day, I received an invitation to a high school reunion. Wow, really? The reunion was organized by people from high school, and the organizer was Ashley Miller, a girl I always had trouble with. I hate that she often said me, "Hey, can the nerd leave? You're ruining the vibe." Ashley Miller, a beauty pageant winner, always looked down on others. I had no good impression of her and tried to avoid her as much as possible. Even though I became somewhat sociable as an adult, in high school, I was an even more unpolished male student, often laughed at and called a nerd. Stuck with the nerd again. That's the worst. Stay away from me. I don't like you either. The nerd talking back. That's really funny, lol. Moreover, By some twist of fate, we were in the same class for 3 years with seats near each other, so I was constantly laughed at. Even when I tried to keep my distance, she would still bother me, and it was honestly tough. You're the one who's always coming over. Just keep yourself from Michael. That's it, Ashley. Girls should stick with other girls. My friends protected me, and that's how I managed to attend school for 3 years. Especially my best friend, Chris Wilson, didn't care about the glares from her followers and always spoke up against Ashley. What's wrong? You seem troubled. Oh, just thinking about the high school reunion. Honestly, I didn't want to go to a reunion organized by Ashley and her clique. But I was on good terms with almost everyone else, especially wanting to catch up with Chris after a long time. If you're unsure, why not attend? It's not like you have to talk to the organizers just because you go to the reunion. With Emily's encouragement, I decided to attend after much thought and contacted them. I'll pick you up in the car after the reunion, so feel free to have a lot of drinks, Emily said with a smile, and I smiled back at her. Thanks. Then, I'll go and have fun. Jess, enjoy yourself. Grateful for her encouragement, I looked forward to the day of the reunion. Hey, Michael. Over here, Michael. Long time no see, guys. On the day, as I approached the venue restaurant, a few of the guys I was close with in high school came up to talk. Chris was among them, of course. It's really been a long time, Michael. You've been abroad, so we hardly got to see each other. Yeah. Michael, you've become quite stylish. Oh, I thought the same. Johnson, who had no interest in fashion, has become so stylish. We have both changed, but as soon as we started talking, it felt like we were back in our high school days. I forgot the gloominess caused by the organizers and was happy to reconnect with old friends. At that moment, I was truly glad I attended, just as Emily had encouraged me to. Everyone, long time no see. Here comes the beauty pageant winner, Ashley Miller. Then, the organizer Ashley Miller appeared. Her loud voice and frivolous words drew everyone's attention in the venue. Still wearing flashy makeup and clothes, she seemed almost garishly overdone. Long time no see, Ashley. As gorgeous as ever. Around her, several classmates in similar attire gathered. It's like a cabaret club lady who hasn't made it big in her entourage. Chris, that's rude to cabaret club ladies. Right. It's more like a rafflesia and the insects that are attracted to it. You always had extreme metaphor. Our conversation made the other friends chuckle quietly. Ashley glanced over at us. As usual, the nerds are dull and bring down the mood. She began to look down on us. I bet you're still not attractive at all. Your wives or girlfriends must be also unattractive, if you even have any. Probably just skulking in some corner of society. Exactly. Probably the typical office outcast, right? Or an unemployed shut-in. Juck, let's stay away. They were saying whatever they wanted. I glanced at Chris, frowning. Not attractive, huh? From what standpoint? You should look at your own appearance before talking about others. We're not even interested in you guys. Chris muttered back in a voice too low for them to hear. Unlike in high school, where he retorted to everything and got glares from girls, Chris seemed to have grown up and was acting more like an adult. After Ashley and her group had their fill of bad-mouthing us, they found another target and left. Okay, they go away. Just gossiping as usual. Never changes. Really, all about appearances. Indeed, Ashley still maintained her glamorous beauty, becoming even more enchanting with age. Look at my fabulous life I post on SNS. Her loud conversation about her boastful life on SNS was impossible to ignore. She mentioned being an influencer, getting corporate gigs. Actually, I'm having multiple patrons supporting my lifestyle. With Ashley's beauty, that's expected. Yeah. Thanks to that, I don't have to work hard like ordinary people to make a living. She was talking like that. Honestly, for us who work hard and earn our own living, it didn't seem like anything to boast about. It's like a story from another world. Really, it's a different world. We don't want to be involved with that. True. Oh, by the way, I finally found what Chris mentioned the other day. Hey, stop it. It's embarrassing to know someone who buys that stuff. We were more interested in our own topics, not paying much attention to them. Here's my fiancé. Wow, he's handsome. Like a celebrity. Has to be, to match up with me. Let's see your partner. After Ashley's partner, it's a bit embarrassing. Huh? Oh, that's nice. Thanks. Weren't you saying you got a boyfriend recently? Yeah. Really? I want to see. Show us. Ashley and her group seem to be enjoying showing off photos of their boyfriends and spouses. Hey, let's call our husbands over. Why not? I just messaged my guy. He said he'd come. Well, Ashley's handsome fiancé is coming. Awesome. It seemed Ashley's fiancé was also coming to the reunion. By the way, do you guys have partners? Hearing this kind of talk, our conversation gradually shifted in that direction. I don't have anyone yet, but Michael, you're married, right? Yeah. I didn't know that. Michael's married. Yeah, we're both busy with work, so we weren't interested in a big wedding. We just registered our marriage and had a small gathering with close family. That's how it was. And now that I look, you're wearing a ring. True, congratulations for now. Haha, thanks. My friends were surprised to hear about my marriage. Chris knew since we had kept in touch after high school, but I hadn't had the chance to tell the others due to our busy lives. Wow, even a nerd gets married, huh? Hearing our conversation, Ashley and her group approached us. Marrying such a nerd. What kind of woman is she? Terrible taste in women. She must be so unfashionable to end up with a nerd like that. Unaware of our grimaces, Ashley and her group speculated about my wife and got excited. Definitely ugly. The wife matching him must be ugly for sure. Ahaha. As Ashley laughed loudly, everyone looked uncomfortable. I was about to shout, upset at her insulting my kind and beloved wife. Ashley, you seem to be having fun. Oh, David. Amidst this tense atmosphere, Ashley's much talked about fiancé arrived. This is my fiancé, David Thompson. He's a handsome entrepreneur, Ashley said, holding to her fiancé's arm. Dressed in a suit, he indeed looked handsome and wore what seemed to be expensive attire. That face, I remember it. As everyone focused, I recognized his face. Ah, could it be Mr. Johnson? I remember now. It's Mr. Thompson. It was Thompson, the fiancé, who recognized me first. Mr. Johnson, it's great to see you again. He approached me with a respectful bow. The same here. Thank you for everything, Mr. Thompson. I stood up and greeted him as well. Who would have thought I'd see Mr. Johnson here? That's right, you're the same age as her. Meeting like this must be destiny. Yes, indeed. The world is surprisingly small. Hey, wait. You know him? This nerd? Ashley asked Thompson, looking puzzled as we spoke amiably. Thompson's smile turned to anger at the word nerd. What's that way of speaking? What do you mean? It's true. Just a nerd whispering in the corner. Don't joke. How dare you insult Mr. Johnson like that? Why do you always speak down to people? What? Just answer my question. This man is the landlord of my store. He owns several properties around here. Mr. Thompson, angered by her disrespect towards me, revealed my identity. In reality, my family was wealthy, and I myself owned several real estate properties. Owning my own stores was a dream come true, but managing all of them was challenging. So, I decided to lease them out as tenancies. Mr. Thompson was one of the lessees, running a restaurant. He's polite, earnest, and someone I trust deeply, and I've heard his business is doing well. No way. There's no way such a nerd could be rich. Despite Mr. Thompson's explanation, Ashley refused to believe it. You really don't believe anything that doesn't suit you. I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Thompson sighed and apologized to me, even though it wasn't his fault. His attitude was commendable. What do we do? It kind of seems true, doesn't it? Ashley's friends were whispering among themselves, glancing over at us. Even if he owns real estate, he's still an ugly nerd, right? His wife must be ugly too. Do you have any photos? Show us your ugly wife that matches you. Hey, stop it. Come on, show us your ugly wife that matches you. Mr. Thompson tried to stop Ashley, but she was out of control. Honestly, I didn't want to introduce my girlfriend to such a noisy woman. However, this might be the perfect opportunity to prove Ashley wrong. While I was thinking this, a woman approached me. Sorry, kept you waiting. The one who tapped me was my wife, Emily. Honey, you came. Yes, I arrived early and thought about waiting outside. Despite wearing sunglasses and a hat, her slender figure was unmistakably striking. Hey, let me see your face. Frustrated by our casual conversation, Ashley snatched Emily's hat and sunglasses. What? No way. Isn't that the model? The popular model Emily Blake. As Emily's face was revealed, cheers erupted from those around. Yes, Emily was the popular model Emily Blake. A regular on TV, she was beloved for her unpretentious personality, healthy style, and good taste, making her a frequent guest on TV shows. This is my wife, Emily. Nice to meet you. I'm Emily Johnson, modeling under the stage name Emily Blake. We smiled at Ashley. It's the real Emily Blake. Well, I'm a fan. Can I get an autograph? She's really beautiful. While everyone cheered for Emily's appearance, Ashley stood dumbfounded, speechless. Ashley, long time no see. Remember me? Emily, still smiling, spoke to Ashley. Huh? Ashley frowned at Emily's question. Her expression showed she didn't understand what was being said. My name I use for daily life is Brown. Emily Brown. Brown. Forgotten. The classmate you bullied into transferring schools. No way. Ashley's face grew paler as she remembered Emily's words. It seemed she had recalled the past. Watching her, I remembered what Emily had told me before. You know, I was in the same middle school as Ashley. Emily and Ashley had been in the same middle school. But in the 7th grade, Ashley started to bully Emily. My things would go missing all the time. So, I started taking everything home daily, never letting my belongings out of my sight. She even spread baseless rumors about my parents doing bad things and calling us poor. That's terrible. She was mean even in middle school. Yes, that's right. And back then, I looked totally different. At that time, Emily was still in her growing phase, shorter and fuller, with a face troubled by acne. Additionally, Emily was a shy and quiet girl, making her an easy target for Ashley's relentless mockery. Unable to bear the daily torment of being called ugly and laughed at, Emily decided to transfer schools after consulting with her parents, moving to a different school before she started the 8th grade of middle school. Even after Emily transferred to other school, Ashley continued her bullying, targeting one student after another. Probably, she felt a sense of superiority by belittling those she perceived as below her. Being targeted by her must have been tough. After that, Ashley, surrounded by her entourage, had a lot of casual relationships during her school days. Her unwarranted confidence only made her more arrogant over time. I worked hard after that. It didn't go well at first, but I wanted to prove you wrong, so I kept trying. Emily said this to the now silent Ashley, but she quickly corrected herself. That was a mistake. She negated her own statement. You're not worth having connection with me. So I realized I didn't have to prove what you said back then was wrong. Personality shows in appearance. Instead of her previous pleasant smile, Emily now gave Ashley a look of disdain. What do you mean? Just what I said. It's obvious you're trying to cover up your skin issues with makeup. Emily stated this clearly to Ashley, who tried to retort. You might be spending a lot of money, but your unhealthy lifestyle is showing on your body. Shapewear can hide everything, you know. You seem to be flaunting a glamorous life on SNS, but it's all superficial. There's no depth to it. Emily's critiques came one after another, and since they were all true, the others around began to laugh. That's why she is a popular model. Absolutely spot on. For probably the first time in her life, Ashley, faced with such disdain, turned bright red with anger. Don't mess with me. Stop it. Seeing Ashley lunge at Emily, I quickly stepped in between them to protect Emily. Right then, the sound of a camera shutter clicked. Turning around, I saw Chris with his camera, having captured Ashley's furious expression. What are you taking pictures of? Calm down. As I held Ashley back with Mr. Thompson's help, Chris continued to take photographs of her. I'm a professional photographer, after all. I got a perfect shot. Chris had pursued his dream after college, becoming a global photographer. Now, his photo books were selling out everywhere, making him quite successful. If you keep this up, I'll post these photos on SNS. The true face of a self-proclaimed beautiful celebrity. My photos will definitely attract attention. So what? I don't care. Let Emily and the real estate guy get carried away and fail miserably. Intimidated by Chris's threat, Ashley hurled a parting shot and left. Everyone, I'm sorry for the disturbance. Mr. Thompson apologized with a troubled look for Ashley's behavior. It was clear that he did not go with her, and I clearly imagined what might become of the two in the future. The reunion ended abruptly, partly because of the awkward atmosphere, and also to avoid any more trouble now that the famous Emily Blake was recognized. Did I go too far? Emily pondered regretfully on the way home. Not at all. Honestly, it was refreshing. Really. But the reunion ended because of it. It's fine. I already exchanged contacts with those who were close with. We decided to have a mini reunion at Mr. Thompson's restaurant. Then that's good. Yeah, and I was angry too when you were insulted. Thanks for standing up for both of us. You're welcome. After getting out of the car, we walked home. Looking at Emily smiling beside me, I reminisced about how we met. Please welcome Emily Brown, who's joining our class today. Hi, nice to meet you. Emily transferred to my middle school when we were in the 8th grade. I'm Michael Johnson. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. You've not got your textbooks yet. We can share mine. Thank you. By chance, we sat next to each other, and I shared my textbooks with her during class. That was the start of us talking more and more. Eventually, we became good friends and exchanged contacts. Back then, that was all, and we gradually lost touch. Hello. Thanks. Our reunion happened when I opened my cafe. Struggling with few customers in my sparsely decorated cafe, I was deep in thought. In my cafe, which I had designed with extreme simplicity, I was troubled by the lack of customers. Excuse me, are you Michael Johnson? Oh, Emily. It was during this time that Emily, as a customer, came into my life again. Happy with this unexpected reunion, we shared various stories with each other. By then, Emily had already started working as a model. Though she had grown taller, she was not like a celebrity, and her skin issues were severe. She began to visit the cafe regularly. This might not be my bussiness, but you don't have many customers, do you? Well, actually, concerned about the always empty cafe, I shared everything with Emily, not hiding anything. Michael, what's up? I might be able to help a little. Following her advice, I renovated the cafe, and gradually customers started coming in. In turn, I became concerned about Emily's eating habits and began to take care of her. Knowing that she often ate fast food or frozen food, I started offering her menus rich in vegetables and helped improve her diet. Hey, Michael, I heard this kind of meal is good for you. Yeah, I can make this too. Let's try it. Together, we researched meals beneficial for beauty and health. Thanks to her efforts and the changes in her diet, Emily transformed much more beautifully. As a result, her modeling work increased, and now she's a popular model. By positively influencing each other, we both found success in our respective fields. Wow, Emily, you also like this cat character. Yeah, I do. We found we had a lot in common and shared similar interests. When we talked about our pasts, we realized we had both been harassed by the same person, which deepened our connection. Our relationship grew stronger, and after a few years of dating, I asked her to marry me. We still give each other advice and live happily together. I believe meeting you again that day was destiny. Really, what brought that on all of a sudden? Emily smiled happily at my words, feeling the same way as I did. Though it was a strange connection, being harassed by the same person, I treasured this relationship. Holding her warm hand, I felt strongly about this. Later, Ashley's social media blew up. Chris didn't post the photo, but the story about the reunion spread among other classmates. After all, Ashley had insulted a popular model. It was no surprise things turned out this way for her. Ashley, with her enraged expression, became an internet meme, losing her so-called celebrity status. At the mini reunion in Mr. Thompson's restaurant, we learned more. I broke up with Ashley. She was upset, but there were things that bothered me, and this was a good opportunity. That must have been tough for you, Mr. Thompson. Oh, it's nothing compared to what you two went through. Ashley showed no signs of remorse, continuing to blame Emily and me. What popular model? What real estate mogul? Just a nerd and an ugly duckling getting above their station. It's all their fault, not mine. Mr. Thompson finally had enough of Ashley. I didn't post the photo, but I did talk about the reunion in a recent interview, Chris said with a mischievous smile. His photos, especially popular among the wealthy, spread what happened in the reunion. Ashley's patrons abandoned her, and she tearfully returned to her parents' home. Having never worked, it was unclear what she planned to do next. I could only hope her parents would re-educate her. Well, she's no longer our concern. Exactly. Let's not talk about her. Tell me more about your wife. Right. Okay, I got it. Emily, my wife, became a bit of a topic when Ashley's social media blew up. She revealed that she had been in middle school with Ashley, and Ashley went to same high school with me. While she hadn't shared the details of being harassed, other classmates revealed it, garnering sympathy for Emily. Now, her past challenges only added to her popularity. A movie about Emily's life would be great. One director expressed interest in her story, leading to a film about Emily's journey to becoming the popular model Emily Blake, starring herself. The movie was a huge hit, making Emily a well-known figure of the time. Meanwhile, my cafe was also doing well. After the movie revealed my existence, I sometimes got asked by Emily's fans, "Are you her husband?" I can't disclose personal information. I often dodge such questions. Although it's obvious among avid fans that I'm her husband, Emily asked for privacy on social media, and we've been warmly supported. Of course, my passion for coffee has its own staunch fan base, making my days fulfilling. You're back, honey. I'm back. Phew, I'm tired. I'll have dinner ready in a moment. Thanks, looking forward to it. After the cafe closes, my wife comes in. On days when Emily finishes work late, she comes to the cafe for a meal after closing. I'd prepare a vitamin-rich meal for her. Your cooking is delicious, darling. Better than any meal in other restaurant. Thanks. Her smiling face while eating was priceless. While I may never forgive Ashley, I'm grateful that the incident brought Emily and me closer. Maybe the past wasn't all bad, considering how it led to our present. Thinking this, I smiled back at Emily, content in our shared happiness.